Well, g'day and welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm back in the field and I'm going to have a lot of fun, and I've come out with possibly the best valued wildlife lens on the market. Is the Canon RF100-400. They say size doesn't matter, and I completely agree. This little lens is an absolute powerhouse, and when it goes on sale for I think $499 US, I don't know if you can actually beat the value, but I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to go about shooting with the R7 100-400, and we'll just try and have some fun and try and get some photos. So I'm at Lake Mutwala, which is where I was last week, but I'm actually on the northern side of the lake. So all I do is I come to a location and I just scan what's going on, and I've just been out of the car not long. I've spotted a couple of ducks in the water, there's some cormorants, there's a few birds flying around, there's cockatoos. So in my mind now I'm going, what should I focus on? What should I photograph? But let's just go for a walk and see what happens. I'm walking around and I've just spotted a Willie Wagtail drinking down here. This is sort of an old boat ramp, I think. And I might just go down and check out this little spot, because if birds are coming down to drink or something's coming down to drink, there's a possibility of getting a photo. So it's just a matter of keeping your eye on where birds are going and what's happening. Alright, so I've come down to the water's edge and I can see there's bees coming down, landing on this green, I'm not even sure what it is, this plant matter, and they're drinking in the water. And I'm thinking to myself, it might be kind of cool to photograph a bee floating on this green stuff having a drink. I've obviously got 400mm, I can get really close because of the minimum focus distance. We could make quite an interesting shot. Do I need to get dirty is the question. It's a very boggy, I don't fancy getting particularly muddy here, so what I might do is just pull out the screen and try and work this way. You know, often with wildlife it's just patience, it's just seeing something and then hoping it'll happen again. I've seen one bee come down and drink, so I'm assuming we'll get another one that comes down. Here's one, here's one. Trying to find it. Oh, this is awesome. Got a bee drinking on this green stuff. Oh, oh, that was awesome. That's very cool. So there you go. We saw the bee, saw one come down, and we took advantage of how light this kit was. I'm just using the LCD. I'm using the auto tracking, the eye tracking, managed to find the bee and it locked on it. Got lost a couple of times, but it worked well. Oh, we've got a reed warbler in these reeds. Oh, focus. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, it's out in the open here. Oh, cool. Got a reed warbler here. Hopefully that works out. Oh, it's gone. So I'm here doing the bees, and then in the reeds we just had a reed warbler. That's what happens sometimes, you know, if you're just patient and you sit in one spot, sometimes opportunities can present themselves. Willie Wagtail in a tree here. So just in one spot, we've got 3 photos, and obviously how light this is just makes it so much easier to use. Now I'm just thinking, what am I going to do? Where do I go from here? What do I photograph next? Obviously I'm just constantly scanning for opportunities. So sometimes it's important to understand your limitations. Like I just had some red rump parrots fly into a tree, and it didn't matter what I did, I was never going to get a good shot. And I'll share you the photo. The bird was just high, is in shadow, there was a stick in front of its face. It just happens, and you just have to wait for the bird to put itself in a better position, or put yourself in a better position. But often it's just about trial and error and understanding what you can and can't do. And I know it's frustrating, but it's just part of the journey, it's part of the fun. Because when it does land in a good place, it makes it all that more sweeter. It just makes it that more amazing when you do get a nice, you know, habitat, etc. So it's just a matter of trying to understand what makes a good shot and what doesn't. And that comes with time, comes with experience. All right, let's go and find something else. So I just saw some parrots land on the ground. So as I approached the parrot, I immediately knew I would struggle to get a nice shot. As you can see in this raw shot, the parrot is in shadow with bright areas in front and behind, and the grass is dead and messy. I should have simply walked away, but there's no fun in that, so I decided to try and get the best shot I could. That started with getting nice and low. Unfortunately, the best angle was on the road, so I got down on the hot, hard road and took a shot. As you can see, the bird is very dark and is surrounded by grass, which is distracting. I needed to move to my left and get closer, so I had to crawl on the road, but just as I started, I had to make way for an oncoming car, with both occupants of the car staring at this crazy bloke laying on the road. I managed to get closer, but I just could not get a good shot due to the shadow and the setting it was in. As you can see, I had to do a lot of editing just to get the photo presentable. Overall, this is not an image I would keep, but I thought it was important to share the failures as well as my successes. You can see I've got this little mini tripod that can come in quite handy just to give yourself a little bit of support, and then it just enables me to shoot video a little bit easier. But basically what I was doing is the parrot was on the ground, so I'm just moving this forward a little bit, and then I'm just crawling myself, dragging myself on the road just to get that little bit closer and then get the shot, film some video. So is this fun? Like, if you ask somebody to do it, they'd say they were crazy. The road's actually quite warm and it's not unpleasant. It's just you got to do what you got to do. So hopefully that shot worked out and it was worth the pain of laying on the road. All right, the bird's gone, so I can get up. Dust myself off. So I've had quite a bit of fun just in this one little location, and that's what it's all about. It's just exploring your little area that you're in, waiting for opportunities to pop up and then take them. But what I'm going to do is just going to go for a drive further down and just see if we can spot something different and a new opportunity. So we'll go and do that now. All right, so I've been driving around, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm struggling. It's just one of those times when you're driving, you just can't seem to find anything. I've spotted a cormorant on this log next to the lake, so we'll try and make a shot. I don't know if you can see, but we've got the sort of the trees in the background, so I'm conscious of here. I'll zoom in and show you. So when I'm making this shot, I'm trying to line the bird up with these trees as the background, just to give us some green behind the bird. That way I think it looks a bit better than the sky. I'm just going to make my way a bit closer. Hopefully it stays where it is. Unfortunately, the closer I get, the background changes and we're getting more sky. You can see how just changing my angle changes the, and if I raise it up really high, it's all about changing your angle, which changes your background. As you can see there, I just approached it, and to get a better background, I've just raised the camera up, and that's one of the beauties of having this. I think it weighs 1.3 kilos, the working weight of this camera and this lens, 1.3 kilos. It's ridiculous how light it is, and that's the major benefit of this lens. So I was able to just hold it up, compose it, get a shot. We got close enough to get really good detail. I don't want to disturb the bird, so I think we'll leave it as is, and that's another one in the bank, so we'll jump in the truck and see if we can find another one. As I was driving down the road, I looked to my right and noticed a large mob of kangaroos on a hill with the setting sun behind them, and I instantly knew I needed to pull over and try and get a shot. I didn't have time to talk to the camera, so I simply just hit the record button and quickly made my way towards the mob. I instantly spotted a large male and a young male right in front. I really wanted to make this shot work, but unfortunately you can see in the raw file that I underexposed the shot slightly and we had weeds and dirt at the bottom of the frame, just ruining the composition. I've used AI to clean up the bottom of the image to show you what my vision was and how I wanted the shot to be when I saw it. But unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. As I was photographing the kangaroos, I looked to my right and to my surprise there was a train coming towards me down the track. So I've quickly stepped back from the train line and watched the train pass. And as the carriages were going past, I noticed that I could see some kangaroos between each carriage. Now I rarely take shots of man-made objects, but I had the camera in my hand and I thought, why not? So I just took a shot trying to capture that exact moment that the carriages were going past with the kangaroos behind, and this is the result. The train then came to a complete stop and I started to make my way around the train to photograph the kangaroos, and then something unexpected happened. The local cockatoos must know this is a grain train and they've quickly taken advantage of that and flown down, landing on top and eating a little bit of the grain left over. I knew this was a good opportunity for me, so this is where the action starts. Talk about an opportunity. We've got these cockatoos landing on this train. Sun's coming down. They might get some flight shots. We've got this train. The cockatoos are landing on it. The sun's over there. We need to get around the other side and capture some cockatoos as they're coming down to land. All right, so the sun is coming down. So I don't know if you can tell, but we've got all the cockatoos here. And we've got cockatoos coming up. And we're trying to get a flight shot. So we want some cockatoos to come towards us. So I can see some cockatoos in the trees. I'm hoping that they'll come down and fly towards. Basically I want the light hitting the cockatoo. They must be feeding on grain in these carriages. Hopefully they'll attract other cockatoos. Here comes one. All right. Hopefully we got something there. Here comes another one. Awesome. The train's moving. All right, train's gone, so let's see if we can make a shot. Let's see if we can make a shot in the setting sun. And with the sun dropping quickly, I just didn't have time to move the camera and talk to the camera, so I just enjoyed myself photographing the kangaroos backlit against the sun. The first shot I spotted was a big male standing on his own with a dark background. I really wanted to create a shot with a rim light around the subject, so I underexposed the shot on purpose, and I was very happy with this final result. The next shot I spotted was a smaller mob of younger kangaroos, and they looked amazing with the side light. And I took lots of shots hoping to get some nice head angles, and this was the best of the bunch. I was constantly moving around looking for better compositions, and the next one I spotted was a big male, but there was also another roo taking a rest in the grass. I was able to compose the shot with two kangaroos in it, and for me it just seems to work, and I really like the bugs catching the light also. the final shot in the session was a kangaroo scratching itself, and you can see all the dust coming off the kangaroo. I just love how this turned out. Unbelievable. Oh, I'm on a high. Oh, it's unbelievable. Like, I know you've got to get out to get lucky, but again, I'm just driving down the road. I see these kangaroos on the side of the road. It's just incredible. Again, I'm lost for words. That was an incredible session. The sun's just about come down. I have photographed a lot of these kangaroos trying to get some backlight. This is what I love. I absolutely love it. So when I saw these kangaroos on this hill with the sun setting, I just immediately knew I have to stop and I've got to take advantage of it. And I did. And fingers crossed, we got some amazing shots. Hopefully we got a couple of flight shots of the cockatoos. What an afternoon. Like, I was driving back a little bit despondent going, oh, I don't think I've got enough for a video, but I think I do have enough for a video now. I was pretty chaotic at the end. I didn't film enough of it. I'm so happy, as you can tell, the grin on my face. This lens is incredible. It's like, I think it's $649 US, but it goes on sale for $499. Oh, there's a magpie. Oh no, it's flying off. This lens, for its price, is pretty incredible. The R7, the autofocus was up and down, I must admit. I used spot autofocus more than I'd like, and I did go to mechanical shutter in the end, just in case I was getting any rolling shutter with the cockatoos. I couldn't have asked for a better afternoon. I'm glad you came along with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know which photos you enjoyed, because I've had an absolute blast. And if you're looking at starting out in wildlife photography, I can definitely say the 100-400 is well worth the money. It's light, it's flexible. Yes, it's a bit short. Yes, it's a bit slow with f8, but for the price, it's just fantastic and allows you to wander around and just get shots like I did today. I want to give a big shout out to all my new and existing members. If you're not aware, for less than a cup of coffee per month, you can become a member. It gives you a little emoji next to your name. You've also got access to my digital calendar. We're in March and then we'll move into April, so you can download that. So if you want to become a member, you want to get access to all these different things, there's a join button under the video or there's a link in the description. I really appreciate the support. It allows me to get out and create videos like this. So until the next video, happy birding, take care, and see you later.